Welcome to Aphantasia World. Now, before I tell you why it's important to know about aphantasia, I'm sure some of you don't actually know what I'm talking about. So aphantasia is the inability or weak ability to tap into your internal senses. And the sense that is most affected is the visual. So people with aphantasia find it really hard to visualize or are unable to visualize things in their mind's eye. But usually there's one or more other internal senses that are affected, so they might not be able to tap into the internal sense of smell, of touch, of what other senses do we have? Hearing, and taste, and movement. And why is this important to know? Well, if you're somebody with aphantasia, it's not just about the internal senses being affected. Aphantasia is a different way of thinking, a different way of processing memories, a different way of processing emotions. And I'm a hypnotherapist, so from my point of view, it's important to understand how your brain works, how your emotions work. If you are a practitioner, so as I mentioned, I'm a hypnotherapist. If you're any practitioner that works with people supporting their mental health or their well-being, and you're used to using visualizations or guided imagery, I think it's really important to understand aphantasia as well, because you will find that typically you will need to work with aphantasic clients a bit differently. And how did I get to this point where I'm talking to you about this? So as I mentioned twice already, I'm a hypnotherapist, and I learned, and I'm also aphantasic. And a few years back, when I started training in hypnosis, it appeared that I'm a really difficult hypnotic subject. Or to be more precise, it appeared that the methods, the techniques I was training in didn't quite work for me. And in the beginning, I thought it was just me. Maybe I'm just a difficult person. Maybe it's just not for me, and so on and so on and so on, all the things. But then I realized, I started speaking out about it on a course I was doing, and I realized that it's not just me. Other people have started coming forward and saying to me, I'm the same, I'm the same, I'm the same. And that's what started me on this mission to do research into aphantasia and hypnosis, or more broadly, look at ways for best, to develop best practice in working with people who cannot visualize and or cannot tap into one or more other internal senses. And if you'd like to support me on this mission, please send people my way so that this stuff gets out there. As I say, I think it's really important for anybody who supports other people, their well-being or their mental health, to understand this, because you will get aphantasic clients and you will need to approach them differently in most cases, whether you're a coach, a meditation teacher, an NLP practitioner, a psychotherapist, even a psychiatrist, because people with aphantasia present differently in terms of things like PTSD, for example. So I think this is really important to know. And if you would like to follow my work, if you would like to support me, connect with me, then please go to my website, www.paulinatrevena.com. You can find all my socials there. If you're looking for support, you can book a call with me through that. And I've just realized I've not actually introduced myself. I'm sorry. So my name is Paulina, or I'm Dr. Paulina Trevena. I'm a social scientist by background, now a hypnotherapist and a researcher and ADHD coach. And as I've already explained, I'm also aphantasic, and this is what kind of drives my interest in aphantasia, because I know how difficult it can be to actually find the right support for your mental health. If the people that you're working with don't quite understand where you're coming from and what you can't do and what you can do. So so my website is one place to find me. You can also, of course, subscribe, follow this channel, and you can also connect with me through my Facebook group, which is called Aphantasia World with Dr. Paulina Trevena. So thanks for listening. Listen in next time. Next time I'm going to talk about how we can actually recognize aphantasia, and later I will tell you a bit about the history of the discovery. So thanks. Bye-bye, and I shall see you again.